First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
At the 22-yard line.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Just like that. Mike, sit. Shell.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
And a fresh start for DeAndre Swift and his teammates with this brand-new coaching staff. And they believe he can be a 3-down back. They want to get him in space against linebackers. 46 catches his rookie year. They expect that number to get into the 60s.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
17. Cooper.
Swift. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Go, 12, go. Check 26. Casper. Maverick. Obama.
Swift again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And it's caught. And in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
That's the score, Lions 7, Ravens 0. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On 2nd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means Lions will need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play?
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Henry Ruggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14 Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Ravens first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Being chased out left. He'll get this off to Swift. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Goff on first down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
T.J. Hockenson came into the NFL with big expectations. His big strides, they came in year 2 when his receptions jumped from 32 as a rookie to 67 last year. They expect those numbers to continue to go up, and they will when he continues to make catches like that.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
They'll run with Dobbins. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll fake the give. Now gone.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
They've got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play action. It's gone. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Goff on target to Hockenson for a Lion first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
To the air again. Goff. Flush to his right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Play action. Now Jackson.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now Jackson. Complete. Smith has it. Fights off the defender. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
From the gun, it's Jackson, rolling to his right. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Again, Jackson completes it to Hardman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down.
Locates Hardman for another catch.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And Jackson throwing once more. Forced out to his left. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he's out right at the 25. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3rd and 2, Goff.
This one swung out to Williams.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And the Ravens first down.
Now Jackson on first down. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going deep for Brown. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Goff.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Lions 31, Ravens nothing. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 9, Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards for number 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Play action. It's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
It's 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, and this is scooped up by the Lions.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.